Hi everybody, it's David and I'm here to bring you through a pre-tennis warm-up routine. The goal of any warm-up is to, of course, warm the body up, warm up the muscles, warm up the joints so that you can prevent injury. But the main focus here is also to balance the body, right to left, front to back, top to bottom. And the idea with balancing the body before you go play is you want a balanced body going into the activity so that you're more able to move easily and equally to both sides, bend, twist, turn, and you want to prevent injury the best way possible. And the way to do that is to make sure that your hips are level, your shoulders are more level, your spine is balanced right to left, your feet are equally weighted, and of course your joints and muscles and bones are ready to go. So get ready for a quick routine and to maximize your performance, maximize your body, and here we go. Okay, we're gonna start by warming up the hips a little bit, so here we go. First, you're gonna interlace your hands behind your head, fingers all the way interlaced, hands behind your head, elbows back. And we're gonna bring our knees straight up towards your chest. You're gonna bring it up as high as you can. We're gonna get these hip flexors warmed up, get a little blood pumping. We're gonna do this for, I don't know, about 30 seconds or so. We're just gonna do it until we start to feel the blood moving through us, until we almost get a little fatigued. So you're just gonna march in place. Try and keep your knees going straight ahead, not out here yet. So bring your knees straight up, elbows back. And we're gonna have a visitor from our friend Olive, who loves to play tennis. Okay, now you're gonna bring your knees out. So in and out, in and out. Now you can do this while walking across the court or standing in one place, either way. And again, just about 30 seconds. You don't need too long here. You'll notice that your hips will start to get tired. But what we're doing is we're gonna get the internal and external rotators, the abductors, adductors, all doing their job. Okay, then we're gonna go the other way, out and in, out and in. Now why hands behind head? So we can keep our bodies upright so that you're not leaning to one side, so that we get all the focus on the hips. All the focus comes in just on the hips. Okay, now you're gonna touch your foot, inside of your foot. And I can already tell my blood starting to pump. This is getting the inner muscles of the thigh, making sure that the leg bones are rotating correctly. And now you're gonna go the opposite way. Touch the outside. So we've got external rotation of the leg, internal rotation of the leg, all functions you need as a tennis player, right? We need these leg bones, hip bones to be rotating and moving correctly. Otherwise, that's how we get injured. Okay, now you're gonna pigeon toe your feet. Toes together, heels out. You're going to interlace your hands, lock out your arms, pull straight up overhead. Push the elbows straight. Look straight ahead, push your knees back, weight on the insides of your toes. Just like that. You're gonna reach up, and if it's comfortable on your neck, look straight up. Drop your shoulders down away from your ears, pull back. Again, about 30 seconds or so with those feet pigeon-toed. Now spread your fingers out, curl the top knuckles down in the palm of your hand. Arms straight out. Squeeze your shoulder blades down and back and lock out those elbows. You don't want them bent. We're gonna do small circles like you're circling around your own hand. Hey, we're gonna warm up the shoulders here. Toes together all the way, heels out. Feet are pigeon-toed, thighs are tight. Roll the weight on the insides of your feet, shoulder blades squeezed. Big circles. And then keep the shoulder blades squeezed. Now we're gonna make a little bigger circle. We're just gonna get a little bigger. We're gonna get these arms, shoulders lined up. But the other thing we're doing is we're starting to engage all the spinal muscles and the body together as a unit. Ankles, knees, hips, shoulders should be working together as a unit, not in pieces and parts, which is part of the whole point of this little warm-up. Bigger circles, really big. Okay, now you're gonna go the other way. Keep the feet pigeon-toed, toes together, heels out. Palms up this time, same grip. Shoulder blades squeeze down and back. Rotate your thumb back behind you, so you should be pointing behind you. Shoulder blades back, and small circles. Thighs tight, keep those feet pigeon-toed. A little bigger. And a little bigger. And big. Way big. Good. Don't move your feet. Same thing. Left hand on your left shoulder. Right hand underneath your left elbow. You're going to pull it straight up overhead. This is called a tricep stretch. And you're going to hold this up. Really pull your elbow back behind you. Keep your hand on your shoulder, not over here. Straight up. We're just stretching out the shoulder joint a little bit. Relax your stomach. And now you're going to gently bend to your right. Slow, just till you feel a little stretch on your side. And you're going to come up. Gently bend to your left. Yep. In tennis, it requires flexion of the spine, extension of the spine, meaning bending forward, bending backward. It also asks for lateral flexion of the spine, meaning bending sideways. And let's switch arms. Right hand on the right shoulder, left hand underneath. Pull straight up overhead. Hold this for a second. Thighs tight, feet pigeon-toed. And again, you're going to bend a little bit to your left. And then go the other way to your right. And left. And right. And left. One more time. And right. Good. Okay. Next, we're going to go down on our backs. We got to warm up these ankles for a second. Big circles. One direction. You're just going to go 20 times that way. And then we're going to switch directions. We're going to go 20 times the other way. And as you're doing this, you're going to feel the ankle burn a little bit. And then pull it back and point it 20 times, back and forth. And again, you're going to feel your shin, your ankle burn a little bit. Make sure that lower leg stays still. And then we're going to switch legs. Big circles one direction. Again, getting these ankles warmed up. This is imperative, not just for stable ankles, but to avoid ankle injury. We want to make sure that the muscles that support and stabilize the foot and the ankle and the arch of the foot are all doing their job and all strong. Other direction. It doesn't matter which direction you start, by the way, just that you get both in. And you want big circles. It's not a race. You want big circles with that foot. You're going to feel it burn again and then pull it back and point it. Back and forth. Yep, I'm feeling the burn. That's good. Okay, now cross your right ankle over your left knee. And you're going to lift the leg up in the air. So you're going to have about a right angle at your left knee. And your left foot should be pointing straight up. And then your right ankle crossed over your knee. Push your right knee away from you. Relax your head and shoulders. Hanging out here. Pushing that knee away. You're going to push the right knee away as you pull your left knee in. Arms relaxed out at your sides. You want them totally relaxed. We're balancing out the hip muscles here. We're waking up the deep hip flexors, the quads, waking up the powerful movers and the stabilizers of your hips and spine. And about 30 seconds, then we're going to switch it up. Nothing too major here. Other ankle. Now, if your hips are too tight to bring them up in the air like this, just put your foot on the ground, push the knee away from you and hold it that way. So you can do it however you need to. If it feels comfortable to lift it up like that, I should say, if you're flexible enough to do it, then definitely do it. it'll put a different amount of work in there. And if you're not, that's okay. We'll still get the hip stretch out of it. It'll balance out the hip muscles and level out those hips. Okay, now cross the ankle over the knee again, and you're gonna drop it this time down to the side. Okay, so I'm gonna show you. So feet are gonna start pointing straight ahead, side by side. One ankle crossed over, drop it down to your left as the right foot drops down to your left. Arms out to your sides, palms down, and then you're gonna push your right knee away from you. This is called a hip crossover stretch. Push the right knee away and then turn your head to your right. And don't forget to breathe. This is really stretching out those hips. It's integrating your spine, your hips, your lower back, your shoulders all in one. And we're balancing out these hip muscles, which is crucial to going on the tennis court so that we can react equally as we move from side to side, front to back. If we go on the court imbalanced, that's a recipe for lost points where we could have reacted sooner and more equally. Left ankle over the right knee now. You're gonna drop it all the way down to your right. Palms down, push the left knee out away from you. Turn your head to your left and breathe. Again, just 30 seconds is all we're holding this. You might find one side's a little tighter than the other. That's okay. Just breathe. Push that knee away. Keep breathing. And go ahead and come up. Okay, now we're gonna do the downward dog. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go on your hands and knees. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Curl your toes under. You're gonna pike up, but here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna go way up on your heels, on your toes. Heels are gonna come up. You're gonna pull your chest towards your knees as you pull your hips back without dropping your heels. Elbows get locked, head relax, okay? Put a little arch in your back. And if this is where you stay, right here, that's great. If you can, start to drop your heels towards the ground as you push your upper body back. Thighs tight, and you'll feel a little stretch in the back of those legs. Now, if you need to, bend your knees and pull your chest even more. Okay, what we really want is this flat back position more than anything. But if you can straighten out those legs while you're there without losing the back position, that's what you want. Okay, 30 seconds and relax. Now, these are called spider walks. You're gonna bend your knees, bring your hips down, take your left foot, put it outside of your left hand, straighten out your back leg, sink your hips down into it. And you're just gonna hold this for a second. You're gonna feel a stretch kind of in your groin, maybe in your hip flexor. Switch. Right foot steps out all the way next to your right hand. Straighten out your back leg if you can. Lock out your left knee. Sink your hips down. And again, we're gonna hold this for about 10 seconds a foot. Lock out the right knee best you can. Sink your hips down. You're gonna really feel opening of your hips. Now, if you can't step this far and all you can get to is here, then do the best you can. Then just sink down into it best you can. If you can get all the way up, you want your foot pointing straight ahead. Hips sink down. We're gonna do one more. Switch all the way up. Lock out that right knee if you can. If you can't, go ahead and rest it on the court and just let it sink. So whatever you can get out of this, let your body be where it is. It's okay. Do the best you can. Okay, now you're gonna stand up. Feet straight ahead, about fist width apart, arms straight in front of you. You're gonna drop down into a squat. You're gonna arch your back so the hips roll forward with a little arch in your back, arms straight out from your shoulders. Look straight ahead, don't let your upper body be here. Go as low as is comfortable for you. And drop down. We're gonna really balance out right to left. We're almost done. You're gonna feel the thighs working. About, again, 20 seconds, 30 seconds max here. And then you're gonna come up. Last one. Toes together, heels out. Pigeon-toed again. Interlace your hands. We're gonna go back to this. Lock out your arms, straight up overhead. Now this time, those shoulders should feel a lot looser than the original time, the first time you did it. So as a point of comparison, again, your feet are pigeon-toed, thighs tight. Pull your hands back. If it's comfortable on your neck, look up. Hold it, push those hands up. And relax, shake it out. Now that was the quick pre. You should feel taller, you should feel a little more energized, you should feel looser. And we're not quite done. We're just gonna do a quick jog just to warm it up, make sure that we're moving, everything is balanced and easy. So we're just gonna jog to the net. We're gonna do high knees and butt kicks on the way back. Then we're gonna play some tennis. So now we're going with high knees, about to the service line, butt kicks where your heels are coming up to your butt. Let's go get them.